pros and cons of renting a home versus buying a home. Hi friends, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Laressa Ngoeun here, Realtor with eXp Realty here in Drumheller Alberta, Canada, aka, yes, you know it, dinosaur capital of the world. And in today's episode of Keeping It Real Estate, we are going to be discussing the contrasting points, the pros and cons of renting a home versus buying a home. But before we begin, if you are new here, please be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my uploads, and do follow me on Instagram at Load and Living for more real estate content just like this. Let's get into the video. Buying a home versus renting a home. Which one is better? Which one is worse? Well, there really is no black or white answer to this. What it really comes down to is what your lifestyle demands from you, what your projected living circumstances are in the future are, and of course your needs and wants. And now just because I am a realtor doesn't mean that I'm going to force you to buy a home, because in reality not everybody is ready to purchase a home and not everybody is ready to make that next big jump. So I believe that renting a home and buying a home has certain places in all of our life timelines. So this video is just here to help you, serve you in the way to give you information so all your options are readily available to you, and that you do end up making an educated decision on whether you should continue to rent or purchase a home in the near future. Let's talk about the pros of renting. Now, in some marketplaces, depending on where you are renting, it can be cheaper to rent versus buy a home, but this all depends on what you are renting. So you may be renting a 1-bedroom apartment, which is obviously cheaper than purchasing a 5-bed, 3-bath home. Now, with renting, you don't need to have a down payment other than your usual security deposit that goes to your landlord. Now, unlike buying a home, with renting, you are not stuck into a mortgage for 30 plus years. Now, typically with renting, you may be on a month-to-month basis, or you might be in a 1-year lease, but generally speaking, with renting, you have that freedom or that social butterfly effect where you can move wherever you want as you please. Now, I guess the best part of renting is that you do not have the ownership responsibilities where you are required to maintain the property itself or be responsible to fix these big ticket items if things happen to break down. So inevitably you have that, I guess, leisure of calling up your landlord if something does break down. They are then responsible to fix that. So that's not an incurred cost to you. Now let's talk about how renting is beneficial for certain, I guess, demographics. So if you are a single person, renting may be the best choice for you. Maybe you are new to a city and you're kind of just testing out the waters to see if you would potentially want to live in that location for a long time. But generally speaking, renting is great for those who are probably traveling a lot or they're moving around a lot for their work and are not usually in one location for more than 1 year. Let's talk about the pros of buying. Now, the first one being is the pride of ownership. So when you purchase a home, you are the legal owner. Your name is on title. You have the rights to the home, the land, the property, everything. So you have the power and freedom to design, decorate, remodel, renovate the home as you please. You don't need permission from anyone, not like a landlord to do things. But in this case, like I said, you have the freedom as the property owner. So in the case of renting, sometimes there are certain restrictions, like pet restrictions. But of course, when you buy a home, it's your house, your rules. Now, in many cases, buying a home can potentially be equivalent to the cost of renting a home, especially with the smaller towns or areas outside of a big city center. Buying a home is sometimes even a little bit cheaper than renting. Now, of course, with buying a home, you are most likely going to have a mortgage, but With that said, you will be building equity in your name, and once the home is paid off, you will have no more monthly payments. In addition to that, if you are an investor or someone who's looking to build up their real estate rental portfolio, of course, buying a home and renting these homes out will eventually be able to help you accrue this passive income over time. So let's talk about what would encourage a consumer to purchase a home versus renting. Now, in this case, you may be looking to start a family, and having a home with multiple bedrooms, a backyard, a garage may be more ideal for you. In this case, you are probably looking to settle down, put roots down, and you want to grow and start a family. And in most cases, you ended up finding a city or town that you have a secure and stable job in, and you are ready to really make that your permanent home. Let's talk about the cons of renting a home. Now, with renting, you are kind of at the mercy of the landlord or the homeowner. Now, with certain rental properties, there may be certain restrictions, so things like no pets, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, with renting a home, because it is owned by somebody else, you could be forced to move out on short notice if the seller or the landlord decides to sell the home on short notice. So it may not be to your favor. Now, of course, because you are renting, you don't have ownership in the property, and potentially when you walk away from this rental property, you are going to be walking away with nothing. And of course, with renting, payments never stop. So as long as you are living in a rented place, you are going to have to be paying rent every single month. On the other side, let's talk about the cons of purchasing a home. With buying a home, the barrier to entry can be quite hefty depending on your financial credibility, in regards to having a certain amount saved down for your down payment. And of course, with buying a home, there are other additional costs to purchasing home, to making sure that that specific real estate transaction is closed out properly. So if you want to learn about the additional cost of buying a home, I have done a previous video on that, and I will link that in the cards above, so be sure to check it out. Of course, buying a home is a huge responsibility, and it is also a huge financial liability as well. Now, going back to the down payment and finances of buying a home, unfortunately, not everybody is going to be approved for buying a home. There are certain, financial milestones and that financial responsibility when your lender assesses you, if you meet certain criteria. Now, going back to your down payment, saving up a down payment, which is can range anywhere from 5% to 20% or more of the home that you are looking to purchase, can take quite a bit of time. So if you, on the other side, if you were renting, you could possibly take that money you were trying to save to buy a home and put it in some other investments, which could gauge you a better return on investment or a faster return on investment. But that's all on you. Again, with buying a home, you are the sole owner of that property. It is your responsibility, your liability. So if anything does end up breaking, like the furnace, it is going to be on you to incur the expenses to fix these big ticket items. In addition to that, as a homeowner, like I said, you have a little bit more responsibility, so you are required to make sure you pay your property taxes, have your home insurance in place. Again, with basically buying a home and having a mortgage, you will be financially locked in to your home because you decided to buy a home. But it's okay. It will be all worth it in the end. Well, that is it for today's video on the pros and cons of renting a home. This video isn't to deter you from either renting or buying a home, but it's simply here just to provide you all of the options, information regarding buying or renting a home. Because like I said in the beginning of this video, I believe that renting and buying a home has certain places in the timeline of your life. Many of us do start off renting a home, and once we are able to build up our financial credibility and our credit history and secure that stable job, we may be ready to then go on to purchase a home in the city that we want to permanently live in. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below with any questions or concerns that you may have, and if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss any of my uploads, and do follow me on Instagram at Alone and Living for more real estate content just like this. And until next time, I will see you all next time. Bye friends!